Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Hone, and I'm here today to talk to you about artificial turf. Now, you might think to yourself, why in the world would I ever consider or why do I need artificial turf? Well, let me answer that for you. Let me take you back about 10 years ago. I was currently living outside of Phoenix, Arizona, where, as you might know or you might not know, it gets pretty warm there during the summer. I woke up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning to fire up my lawnmower to start mowing my grass on a very warm, already 105-degree day at 6 a.m. So I'm out there pushing my lawnmower, sweating away, thinking to myself, this is ridiculous. I need to do something else so that I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. on my day off, mow this grass, sweat to death, and now I got to pull weeds and trim and do all this other nonsense. And it was like a light bulb went off in my head, and I said, I got it. Artificial turf. So, what exactly is artificial turf? Artificial turf is also known as fake grass. It is something that I personally enjoy having because there's many benefits. The first benefit is I don't have to mow it. I don't have to get all hot and sweaty and mow my lawn anymore. I don't have to pull out my edger and trim the edges and all that other nonsense that nobody wants to do. The second thing is if you don't want to do it on your own, you don't have to pay your landscaper anymore. Tell him to take a hike. Get the kids to pull the weeds from now on. You don't ever have to worry about that. The third benefit is it is drought resistant. You do not have to water this stuff. If you water it, it's mainly just to spray it off, to get rid of some of the dirt and the other collection stuff that gets on the turf. So those are the main three benefits that happen with artificial turf. Now, what I would like to touch on is that you have green grass all year long, 24/7, 365, no matter if you're living in Phoenix, Arizona, in Maine, Southern California, doesn't matter. Washington, well, I guess it rains so much up there that some people might not want it, but you get what I'm saying. All the time, green grass all year long. And like I said, it is drought resistant. According to Troy Scott on heavenlygreens.com, he said, the only water an artificial turf lawn requires is to be rinsed occasionally to prevent odors and buildup of dust. Otherwise, synthetic turf needs no water and is ideal for areas which drought conditions can be severe. Like I said, in Southern California, where I live at now, we have had drought after drought after drought. I have artificial turf in my backyard and my front yard. Works fantastic. Drought resistant. It's also pet friendly. I have a dog. My dog runs on the turf. She uses the restroom on the turf. And yes, I do have to spray it off maybe once a week or so after she gets done using it. And that just kind of helps with the odor. But other than that, it's a fantastic product. So now we're going to get to the meat and the bones about this is, hey, I like this idea. I want this artificial turf. But how do I do it? I have no knowledge about this. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to remove any current grass that you might have, any weeds, any kind of debris that might be in the area where you're going to lay the artificial turf down at. Now keep in mind, you can have a massive backyard, you could have a small backyard. It doesn't matter. Artificial turf will cover all your needs. So once you remove the debris, you want to spray the entire area that you're going to lay down your artificial turf with weed killer. It's important to use weed killer. You want to get rid of any weeds that might cause a problem and get rid of any roots that might pop up. So once we're done with that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put down a base material called quarter minus. It's basically like a dirt slash rock, little quarter-inch rock mix that we're going to use to compact the ground with. It actually lays on top of your dirt. It's where we'll raise it up about 2 inches And that's the way they say that we need to do it according to artificialgrassliquidators.com. It says evenly spread 4 inches of class 2 road base or similar, like I said, the quarter minus. The class 2 road base will make it easy to level and create platform with proper drainage, end quote. So the proper drainage, what it is, just so you know, the artificial turf has little holes in the back of it. It has a black backing and it has little holes in the back of it. So when it rains, it's just not going to flood up and stay flooded over top to where you're walking around and you're slushing around in puddles. No, it's actually going to penetrate through these holes, go down into the ground, and it's going to be able to drain itself out, which is fantastic. So the next step that we need to do in laying out artificial turf is we're going to need to roll it out. And according to buzzgrass.com, it says carefully roll out your artificial grass, being careful not to disturb the weed killer membrane, as this will provide damage and leveling on the base layer. Remember, your grass has a directional pile, so it will need to face the same way if you have any joints. So what joints are is when you cut your artificial turf, you might have, say, a tree in your front yard, you might have something that, a bush, you might just have something that you still want the grass to go around, but you're just gonna have to make a little cutout for it. So what it is if you have to make that cut, and these artificial rolls come in 15-foot wide sections. So if you have a 20-foot wide section that you're laying down, you're gonna have to make a cut of about another 5 feet in order to cover the whole section. So what it is the turf faces a certain direction with the piles. When you pull it up, the blades actually come, they're all flat because it's rolled out on a big carpet roll. It'll actually stand up when you're done with it, and you have to have both of those facing each other. So kind of technical in the seaming process, but that does need to happen. So once everything's laid down, you cut around everything, you're going to want to start really reinforcing this stuff. So according to rcp.com, it says you need to fasten one end of the turf with a 60D nail spaced every 3 to 4 inches apart. Stretch turf tight and fasten with nails as you move across the opposite end. Trim any perimeter edges to fit. Place the nails every 3 to 4 inches along the perimeter and every 12 to 24 feet through the field. Be careful not to drive the nails too deep, and this will catch with dips and divots, and also avoid any blades or thatching catching under the nail heads. So basically, you're just installing this nail on all the edging so that it secures the turf and everything's locked and loaded. So now that you know how to install turf, we know what the benefits are. What are the benefits? No more mowing my lawn. No more waking up early on Saturday. Enjoy that day off. Number 2, what are we doing? We're reducing our water bill. No more high water bills. And number 3, we're enjoying green grass all year long, 24/7. It's amazing. You'll love it. I know I do. Thank you for your time.